If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is our live call and talk show all about the Wheel of Time. Tonight, we're talking all about Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime news and channel announcements. Yes, we're going to be announcing 10 new shows coming up. But first, I know you want to talk about the first look at Moiraine that we got today from Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. So to do that with me, I have two wonderful guests. Let me bring them into the show. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel, my friends, Kristy Lussier and Jess. How you doing, both of you?
Hi.
Cheers. Cheers. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
Cheers. Blue cup. Cheers.
Blue cup. Blue cup.
Blue cup. Let's get to it.
I love it. I love it. So thank you both for joining me. Now, I had to have you here with me, Kristy, as the other half of Team Moiraine. Sarah was on this morning talking all about the news that came out. I was like, no, Kristy has to be on. Kristy has to join us here tonight. So let's jump to that. I want to get both of your opinions on the news, but let's show everyone what Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime, and Rosamund Pike, actually, who pushed this out first, and then Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime followed up. Let's show you the little clip that we got of our first look of Moiraine. Go ahead, Taylor.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
You want to give us a couple of those, Taylor?
Do not underestimate the women in this tower. Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yeah, so this is such a, it's like a really quick 3 seconds, but we talked about it for like an hour and a half this morning. So Kristy, what was your reaction when you saw this first look at Moiraine?
My reaction is this is the absolute perfect choice to release for our first live images of the Wheel of Time. Why not be that shot of her and just hearing her say one thing and that's it? That was my first reaction, was like, bam, let's do this. That's kind of how I felt.
Right?
That's how I felt.
Yeah, no, I felt exactly the same way. Like, this is the perfect kind of thing to have. And I think one of the notes we had this morning was this is the first face of the Wheel of Time. That was the exciting thing too.
Yeah.
Jess, what was your first? What did you see this right when it came out, or did you just see everyone start tweeting about it and jumped in? How was it? How did it work out for you?
I actually, I was away from my desk for a little bit, and I came back and I looked at Twitter and I saw that they dropped something, and I immediately left because I'm like, okay, I want to do a reaction video for it, and I cannot look at it. So I had to wait a little bit until later in the afternoon.
That's funny that you. That's impressive, by the way, that you held off.
That restraint. that's good restraint.
Yeah, that's really good restraint.
It was so hard. It was so super, super hard. So I may or may not have ended up recording and editing the video during my workday, but don't tell my boss.
Lunch break.
Yeah, it's fine. I was on lunch.
Fine.
Not a problem. Yeah, I just kind of basically was just like slack-jawed staring at it for a good portion of it because it looked so cool. And it's like, okay, so we see Rosamund, which is awesome, and then we get a sound, and I wasn't sure if it was music or if it was something else, but then the description of the video that WoTonPrime posted said that it's the sound of channeling, which is like a whole thing. And then, just a little bit of like the light and stuff like that, just like a tiny, tiny little peek of what it might look like. Yeah. And it was 5 seconds that were extremely good.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's funny. And that was the nice thing about it was 3 seconds. And I think I saw some initial kind of like, only 3 seconds. And then it was like, wait a second, this is Moiraine. Where do we think she is? And everyone started speculating, is this Winter Night? Is this Heaven's Field? And then it was like, wait, are we seeing channeling coming out of her? Why aren't we? Where's the stone? Where's the pendant?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all these questions and people are speculating. And I think Daniel had this like really elaborate theory of like, maybe she's gone back into the inn and this is like at night and she runs out of the field, whatever. And I was like 3 seconds, and we, so much speculation about that and the things that she said. Yeah, exactly.
3 seconds, and we've already extrapolated like the first 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
For the TV show.
And I see people asking in chat. We're going to cover the Instagram answers that Rafe gave, because Rafe afterwards this afternoon went through and answered a bunch of questions from fans in his Instagram account. And yeah, we're going to cover those as we make announcements about the channel and as we talk about this, again, this kind of teaser trailer, Moiraine first look, if you will. But what I want to do is I want to jump to kind of a first announcement here about the channel and what we have coming up here. So let me see if I can't get to that here. Taylor might come in and check out the system and make sure that we can see those. Yeah, I don't see them here, Taylor, so I'll just probably have to have you do them instead. So 1 second while we work out some technical issues here. What's funny is before Taylor was like, we had a kind of like the Taylor episode where everyone met Taylor. We would like hide Taylor. So he would like crawl under. And now it's like everyone's met Taylor now. So why not just, Taylor just walks in front.
Everyone knows Taylor.
Everyone knows Taylor now.
What did you expect, Matt? You brought these kids up in a Wheel of Time world. Like, it's been immersed in them since they were born. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
a given, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't look like my system over here is working, but Taylor will give us this first one. So let's jump to the first announcement that we have here tonight. I just want to make let everyone know that our next episode of BARSIDE Chats podcast, we call it Essential Asha'man. This is we had a lot of fun with this. If you've been following us on our Essential series, basically we talk about a character that obviously we think will show up in the Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime show, and what are the essential things that Rafe and his team need to get right. And this one is available now. You can go download it. Wait until after the show, but yeah, let us know what you think. Go check out BARSIDE Chats podcast and download Essential Asha'man. It's a blast. Awesome. And then I want to make this second announcement, and I want to get back to kind of asking you both about the Instagram answers from Rafe. But this one's really big. This is if you've been watching the channel, you know that we started this thing called watch parties over on Twitch. And we've been doing some testing. We've been having people come in. We've done 2 tests so far. It's been a lot of fun. But we finally are having our first official watch party this Sunday. So like we've said before, that watch party will be this Sunday on Twitch. And we will be watching Obey. That's with Marcus Rutherford. Hopefully you actually have seen it. Think about this like a re-watch party. This is going to be really special. beyond just covering Obey and watching this together, it's this next piece that's really, really exciting. Our special guest that night is going to be Jamie Jones, who is the writer and director of Obey. He's going to be there, and we're going to be doing like a director commentary, talking all about the show with you live watching it. You guys can call in, ask him questions about the show and directing Marcus. It's going to be a blast. So
That's
please
awesome.
do,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's gonna be fun, right? Please do show up and support that. That's what we really envision for watch parties moving forward, is really engaging with the cast and crew and, you know, those obviously directors and writers of these shows and bringing them in and talking to them. Again, you can find the link in the description. It's Twitch, and you just look at the Dusty Wheel and make sure you're there. It's 5:30 Eastern this upcoming Sunday. So yeah, please be there. It's gonna be a blast. Yeah, that's I can't wait. I can't wait to do that for the first time.
That's really cool.
That is cool. That's really
I think
neat.
I'm like more nervous about that. Just like, yeah, but it's
I
gonna be
was
fun.
going to ask, like, how nervous are you now?
Yeah, like just talking about it, I'm a little bit nervous. So yeah, I feel that. I'm glad you caught that and were like, yeah, that would make me nervous too. Yeah, absolutely. So, but that one's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's the announcement we've been kind of holding on to and setting up, and I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. Now, let's jump back to this Rafe Q&A that was happening on Instagram, and let's talk about some of the questions and answers that he did. So, Taylor, do you want to throw up Rafe's first, just the top of that? Thank you to Wat Series. If you guys aren't going and following WatSeries.com, you should on social media. That's what we're kind of building this or discussion off of. We're going to go to their webpage and basically show you the conversation that they've been collecting that Rafe's been having with fans. So, Taylor, do you want to show us that and then get to the first question? So I think the first question here is from John Cross. It's, where's her jewel? About the Moiraine thing. And Rafe said, I can confirm here officially that the Quisiera will appear in the show. I can also confirm that I correctly spelled Quisiera on my first try, but I did Google it to double check. And by the way, I'm just waiting like 15 seconds for people to correct my pronunciation in chat. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. I just said it.
That's going to be a forever fight, by the way, the pronunciation.
Yeah,
thing.
Wheel of Time pronunciation is Calvin Ball. There are no rules. Anything goes.
So what do you think about this? You know, people were a little bit concerned about, you know, that they didn't see it. You know, Jess, were you concerned about not seeing that?
It didn't even occur to me because my understanding is that the Quisiera is a culturally specific piece of jewelry, and she doesn't actually need it for anything except for her little eavesdropping trick. So, like, the fact that she's not wearing it is ultimately meaningless. Plus, she's probably traveling incognito and wouldn't necessarily want people to know that she's Kyrianan. So, yeah, I ain't bothered. It's fine.
Yeah. It didn't really bother me. By the way, Perry just said in chat, does anyone else say Quinceañera all the time by accident? I've never said it there. Two Rivers Badger said,
I am never not going to call it Quinceañera from now on.
I was told that I didn't say it with the proper reverence. That's probably true. I was too nervous, honestly. I was too nervous, honestly, about saying it that I didn't think about the
Got
reverence.
those tummy pterodactyls. They'll mess you up.
Exactly. So yeah, it was one of those things I noticed, as in, just because you see lots of pictures where she has it, obviously,
right.
and obviously in the books. So, but I wasn't like concerned that it wasn't going to show up. And so Rafe, I like that he came. He was like, "Yeah, it's going to show up in the show. We're going to get it."
Yeah.
So that being said,
Yeah,
Kristy,
it didn't even occur to me that they might not have it. Like, that never even occurred to me.
Yeah, that they wouldn't.
My level of trust in these folks is probably higher than it should be, but they have been so awesome. Like, I just feel really confident that they're going to do a good job with it. So,
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way. Kristy, did it concern you that you didn't see it, or were you just like, it's there? It just didn't fit into the scene or whatever?
No. So, two things went through my mind. A, kind of along the theory that Jess had, is, you know, it could just be that she's not wearing it, or she's just running out from somewhere and she's caught off guard and it's not on. But another theory, that's my theory, is that this shot might not take place in the time that we think it's taking place. So
okay.
maybe this is not Moiraine that we know now, but maybe it's in the past. I don't know. Like, that's my theory. I feel that I want it.
You want this to be like a flashback of sorts.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a flashback or something along those lines. So it could either be a flashback, or we're going to see some scenes from,
Okay.
I mean,
this is my first interaction with chat here. I want to know which of you believe that this is this a flashback, or is this is this happening when the show begins, like in current time, if you will, or is this a flashback? So thumbs up if you think it's a flashback, thumbs down if you're like, no, I think that this is going to be like some people propose, whatever, Emmons Field or whatever. So I'm curious what people will say to that.
Me too.
So let's jump to the next question here, Taylor, and then we'll make another announcement. So the next question is, I know what I'm excited about, but what is our great Lord Rafe most excited about? So Rafe said, I'm not sure if you're low-key calling me out as a dark friend, but either way, I think the moment Moiraine first walks into the Winespring Inn was the moment that really made me feel that true fan part of me make unintelligible sounds.
I love that.
I know.
That is so relatable.
Right?
It's going to be the whole first episode we all watch, right?
Yeah, we're going to have to watch it like 10 times, because every 5 seconds we're going to be like,
This
and we're not going
entire
to hear anything.
This entire community is going to be useless for at least 3 days after it drops, whether it's the whole thing or if it's one episode. Like, we are going to be collectively an entire basket case.
I agree with that theory for sure.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it, but I hope nobody's expecting us to be productive. It's not going to happen.
I like how somebody said Great Lord Rafe is now canon. I agree. I apologize. I can't figure out who it was that said it. Oh yeah, Rachel said it. Yeah, that's a good one. Now I'm seeing a bunch of thumbs up. It seems like more thumbs down in your idea, but you definitely have some people that are feeling like this is a flashback. So yeah, that was one of the ideas I had originally too. Was maybe this is a flashback. Maybe this is going back in time, just because we've seen some things that would suggest they're covering stuff that happens in New Spring. So
that was going to be my question. That could be maybe the moment where she tosses Lan in the drink.
Right.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I love it.
I was looking at the background. I was looking at the background though, and it looked like there was like light coming in from windows though. And that made me think of some of the pictures that they posted of that church that they were filming in for, I think, Shadar Logoth.
Oh, okay.
Which made me wonder.
Is that shot from there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The background is pretty blurred, so it's one of those like, did they manipulate it to kind of change things up so you didn't know where things were happening, or is that like an in shot?
That's probably in camera shot. Probably.
That's a camera shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's it was one of those where I'm like, how much trickery are they trying here? So
it's nice to have an expert in here so that we can be reassured.
I know, exactly. I can be like, what do you think?
I wouldn't put myself on expert level, but there's a few things I like. I don't know if Rafe answered this or if it was even asked, but I don't even think that this is the actual like colored shot. I don't think this has gone through a colorist yet. I think we're seeing some more raw shots or raw footage there, which is cool, because then when you see it actually on screen, it's going to be even more vibrant.
Right. Yeah. Okay,
that's awesome. Sense. I didn't even think about that.
And again, that's my little film eye. That's like.
Yeah. No, I like it. If you're new to the Dusty Wheel, we're a live call-in talk show. We will open call lines probably in about 20-25 minutes, and we are doing giveaways tonight because on these news extravaganza, I just like to give stuff away. So if you want to enter that giveaway, you have to be here in live chat with us. Log into your account, jump over here on YouTube with us, look up the Dusty Wheel, find us, jump into live chat, and then you can join in that. We give away fun mugs that you kind of can see them behind me there a little bit. We give away a little Dusty Wheel mug. They're frosted. They're fun. Although you can always pick this one. If you win and you want this nice coffee mug, you can certainly pick that one too.
I have it. I like the coffee pick. I love it.
It's fun. It's a good one. Yeah. Although Jess was telling me that the frosted mug did come in handy.
I'm a beer stein girl, first of all, and the mug works really well for bomb shots when you're dropping the shot into the thing before he chugs. So it served me well on New Year's Eve.
And it's St. Patrick's Day, you guys. Come on, let's do the Irish bar bomb thing. So
right,
why not?
Right, exactly. So yeah, hopefully stick around here. We'll do some giveaways as we go. But let's jump to another announcement, what's coming up here on the Dusty Wheel. We will be back, like I said, after our first watch party this upcoming Sunday. We're going to be back the following Wednesday and doing something that honestly has taken us way too long to get to because I created Theoryland a long time ago. So we're going to be covering an entire show dedicated to theories. So yeah, Wednesday is going to be our WoTonPrime Theory Night. And this one, one of our special guests that night will be Nameless. And we're going to be breaking down specific theories out there now that, look, we've done the unblurring of scripts, and that's leading us to some theories about Dana, and also some theories about what's happening in Shatter Logoth. Now we got this first look at Moiraine. We got some theories going on with that. You know, there's so many things out there that lead us to believe certain things. We're just going to dedicate a show digging into theories next Wednesday. I mean, again, like I said, I don't know why it's taken me so long to do a show like this, but it's time. It's time. We have enough information. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this show.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So, and after that, before I jump into this next one though, let's jump back to an Instagram question, and then we'll open up, like I said, the giveaway for people, and then I want to ask you both some questions about what's going on with your lives and when it comes to what your endeavors that you're working on. So let's jump back to Instagram, Taylor, and cover the next question here. It's from the Amyrlin Sadai, who asked, what direction Rosamund was given about the facial expressions and body movements that she would use when channeling? Is this something that is universal through channelers, or are body movements more organic for each channeler? To this, Rafe replied, I really wanted the channeling to come from the women themselves and have them really believe it. So Rosamund was instrumental in building the look of it for herself, and each woman has built something out of what makes sense for her and her character. So it gives something authentic to it. The most important thing is that when you look in the actor's eyes, you know they believe they have the power of the earth itself at their fingertips. And I promise you, Rosamund does. So, come on. That's a
Great answer.
Yeah, how interesting that it's going to be really unique. I like that. I like the idea that he's letting kind of these actors put some of themselves into what that is for them. Kristy, what was your first reaction to this one when you heard it?
I mean, like in terms of his answer?
Yeah, this idea that, of the body movements and what's involved in channeling.
And no, I mean, I think that's a great answer. And I do feel that way. I do feel like it is organic to each woman who is channeling because it's their own sensory. So they're going to build that inner movement for themselves that we outwardly see. So Rafe had a great answer, and Rosamund Pike is, face it, she's phenomenal. Like, she's awesome. So it doesn't surprise me that she wanted to take ownership of even that aspect. It also wouldn't surprise me if they are working with a choreographer to help even just with basic movements. But I can pretty much bet that she was really instrumental in, at least for her, how she wanted to shape what that was going to look like.
It's going to be really interesting to see how that turns out. Of course, I don't want them to do any flip, then no wands is all I'm saying. Jess, what do you think about this answer from Rafe?
Folks are seeing my real-time reaction because I didn't get a chance to look at these before we came on. So I had I know reading that answer because it sounded so that sounds so great. I really feel like the greatest performances, whether it's TV, cinema, theater, are the ones where people bring as much of themselves as possible into it, and that just the hype levels just keep going. They just keep rising, Yeah,
that was part of the thing that came up with Two Rivers Badgers put hashtag no wands. I like it.
No.
That was that was one of the things that came up when they talked about the guitar versus the harp. And I like that Alexandra, that he knows how to play the guitar, and that it'll come across more genuine with that. I like that aspect of it, kind of building a little bit towards the actors a bit for their roles. I think will actually pay off in spades. So
yeah, Yeah.
And for those of you, like I said, that are watching us over on Facebook and Twitter, hopefully you've enjoyed this sneak peek into the news and announcements. We're going to keep talking about Rafe's answers. We're going to be doing giveaways, and I'll announce another 7 things that are happening here at the Dusty Wheel today. So if you want to actually be involved in that, come join us over on YouTube. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this little sneak peek. To those of you on Twitter, stay here if you're on YouTube. Obviously, we're going to keep going. So that being said, why don't we jump to one more, I think, announcement of an episode we have coming up, and then we'll take a little break and start getting people entering the giveaway. Give some people a little bit of time to jump over here if they were watching on Twitter and Facebook. So our next episode that we have coming up here after that Wednesday one all about theories is another live adaptation. Yes, we're back with the Dragonborn live adaptation we've been doing. That's how the channel kind of started, was news and live adaptations. And now we are in the Dragonborn. This is part 7. I'm going to have Mary, Todd, and Natalia back with us. It's going to be a blast. As we get closer, we might get to the end of the Dragonborn, but that always happens that we don't. We'll make it very, very close, but it's about 8 episodes per book as we've seen it. So yeah, join us then on that Sunday for the Dragonborn if you enjoy this live adaptation series. It's been a blast. So, okay, I think we're at a good spot here. Taylor, why don't you work on getting a giveaway, just an entrance to the giveaway here in chat. And while we wait on that, let me ask both of you kind of what's been going on. So let me go down to you, Jess. I know you're getting into YouTube now. You have a YouTube channel. I know you have another podcast that you're working on. So why don't you tell people what's going on and where they can find Jess these days?
Okay, so like Matt said, I started a YouTube channel called the Amyrlin Study. It's a reaction channel. So when WoTonPrime drops stuff, I'm doing real-time reactions to that. And then I'm also doing a read-through of the series via audiobook and reacting to the audiobook as it's playing. And I'm doing counted cross-stitch while I do that, and I'm calling it Stitch and Bitch. So
I love this idea. I'm very excited.
Well, it's fun, and it gives me an excuse to get some of my backlog of needlepoint done. But so yeah, I'm doing that, and then that's you can find me on YouTube. That's the Amyrlin Study, and then I just started a podcast with Recapacidi and Nablus called Valon After Dark, and we're having so much fun with this because that's it's part sketch comedy, part discussion, part just bullshit. And it's we're having a really, really good time with it. We're doing commercials. We had a commercial for the Illuminators on there, and it's the business that's none of your damn business. It's we're having a lot of fun with it, and just being with two people who are so naturally funny it's a real pleasure. We're having a good time. So
yeah, your description, I was going to say, those are two, and this is meant in total respect, but the description you gave was Recappa and Nablus, that's perfect. those are the two perfect people to be with you to make that work. And yeah, you got to check this out. Make sure you go follow. Again, you can find the link to that in the description of the video. If it sounds interesting to you, is it Valon After Dark? That was what the podcast is.
Correct.
Yeah, so
awesome.
Make sure you go check them out. We've done 2 episodes now, or I think that's where you're
2
at.
episodes.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, right. This is a good time to have fun. Let's be honest. This is a great time to be a Wheel of Time fan. It just
Absolutely.
is. So.
Absolutely. That's great.
I love the comment. Haha, we love free stuff. Yes, the raffle has begun. If you want to enter the raffle, make sure you use exclamation point and the word raffle, all one word, if you will. You'll see other people doing that. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. You'll only be entered once, but you can try. If you want to keep entering it, you're going to up your chances, it won't. But like I said, you can keep trying that. We'll have that open probably for the next, I want to say 20, 30 minutes. Then we'll close it out and we'll make sure we give away 2 of those before the night's over. Okay. So why don't we jump back, Taylor, now that that's open, why don't you have us jump back to Rafe's Q&A, and let's take down or do the next question here. So we have the question from Silly Davitt is the audio disconnected from the scene of Moiraine? And Rafe said, yes, Rosamund actually recorded this audio for this teaser specifically, so you won't hear this exact audio in the show. I know there's like, what was funny
Picky.
is like half of our conversation this morning was like, so what's that audio from? So now I'm like,
From
it's
nowhere.
It's not relevant. So yeah, if that bums you out, that's okay. Hopefully you enjoyed the speculation before that happened. So I want to ask you that, Kristy, before you knew that answer, what did you think the audio was?
Oh yeah, I mean it's separate, and it is pretty common for them to record stuff just for a trailer.
Just for the trailer?
Because
Okay.
it gives the actors the ability to actually go into a booth, and they can really work on lots of takes and nailing down like a sentence or something that they really want to say. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I'm kind of bummed because it's a freaking badass line, and
Right.
I want to
badass.
see it in the episode. But yeah, you can definitely tell, even if it wasn't just recorded for the trailer. In my mind, I would have thought that's audio from a different scene, and then you're seeing a shot from something else.
Yeah, and he said, and he kind of like, he qualified a little bit. He said that exact audio. So, maybe.
Hopefully
maybe,
something similar.
Maybe something
and
similar to
it's
that
badass.
audio. Isn't there? Yeah, you don't know. Maybe something. So
Or
maybe.
it wasn't a scene and it got cut. I mean, they might have already worked on a couple of episode cuts, and maybe that exact line or scene got cut down and you don't see it in the episode.
I liked a lot of the theorizing was like, okay, she mentioned this tower, so we're going to Valon, we're getting in the tower.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of speculation there. Now saying not the exact audio doesn't take that speculation away, but Jess, where are you at with what both of those things meant before we knew that answer from Rafe, and afterwards? Has it changed your mind at all? What you thought this might be?
I kind of was thinking that she might have been talking to the White Cloaks in Valon when she said that, because they like to talk a lot of shit, so she might have just been like getting up in their faces. But the other thing that the very first thing that I thought of was, and I think that we talked about this on Valon After Dark, Nameless I think mentioned that the line that Barney says in the dagger teaser is not part of that scene, it's something else. So they did the same thing here. And so my thought was, what if WoTonPrime is dropping little pieces of the trailer, like little puzzle pieces, for us to start putting together?
That's
a
good theory. I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Well, it's funny is, and because even those little pieces, we're only talking of a trailer or whatever, a minute long trailer or even a 30-second long trailer, we're only getting pieces that together would be like 10 seconds. So there's a lot left to be pieced together after that. Yeah.
And they're going to do a 2-minute trailer, you guys. 2-minute trailers coming first
gosh.
before a minute long trailer. Yeah.
So I cannot imagine a 2-minute trailer. You go ahead and explain
Jess
that.
said is right. Like what Jess said is right, is that we're going to be completely useless for months after this trailer. So that's true. No, to do a 2-minute or 3-minute trailer teaser essentially is to give to build more of a foundation to draw in a bigger audience so that they get more of a grasp of the world, the story, the characters, and you're kind of pulling in a bigger audience, and you're introducing a brand new series. So of course, 2 minutes is pretty standard.
Yeah, 2 minutes. I can't even. I mean, after 3 seconds, I don't even know. 2 minutes would just be insane. Yeah, everyone's gonna. I can just imagine a screen, like thousands of screenshots of like every second along those 2 minutes.
I mean, how many guys out there, you guys, have you gone frame by frame already on this? Because I know somebody out there has.
Yeah, I did this. I did this morning. I didn't see anything. There was something over her right shoulder that looked like it might be people fighting behind her.
Okay.
But as Taylor and I both looked at this, we zoomed in. It really looks like it's her hair being blown, like it's like the wind or whatever, air hitting her hair, and then you have like light shining on it.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives this effect, like maybe something's going on. But I don't think, when we looked at it, I don't think anything's going on. I was hopeful maybe it's Lan and he's like fighting behind her or something, or there's a Trolloc.
That would have been so great.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Unfortunately, we tried to unblur the background as people asked us to do, but I didn't see anything we didn't look that closely, but we spent about 5 minutes on kind of zooming in, stopping it, going there. So, yeah. I definitely think I saw some mentions of this in chat. I can just imagine, like so much content being created around each one of these things that's going to be coming out. So, yeah. Hopefully a trailer sooner rather than later, right? I feel like if something's going to happen, If something
Yeah.
happened this year, I'm hoping in the next.
I mean, did I hear right, or was the rumor right that like maybe May?
That was one of the rumors. I want to say John from What Up did a video recently, and I think I can't remember if he said he had a source or something, which was that alluded to maybe May, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to go back with. I don't know if John's in chat. I don't think he's in chat right now. I think he's probably asleep. But yeah, that was the suggestion. But it would make sense sometime. Obviously, if they're launching this year, sometime in the next 4 to 5 months, we're going to get a trailer. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, even if it's early 2022, they still might consider doing it this summer, even for sure.
Yeah. I'm hoping. That's where my hope is. Sometime this summer. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so why don't we jump to the next announcement here? Thank you for those who have been entering the raffle. I'm seeing your names show up. I'll remind you as we go. The next thing happening here at the Dusty Wheel, the following Wednesday after we do the live adaptation, is another from our series that everyone seems to really enjoy. It's Becoming Matrim. Yes, we'll be talking all about Barney Harris. We've actually talked all about his cohorts from Emmonsfield, so it's now his turn. I can't wait to dig into his career, talk about what he's been up to, and identify whether or not we think he will be able to embody Matrim. Now, that being said, if you were following Barney Harris on social media this summer, a lot of people were like, I already know that he's going to do a great job with this character. So yeah, make sure to show up and be with us talking all about becoming... people laugh when I say Becoming Matrim. I love the name Matrim. I'm like, Becoming Matt. That's fine.
Yeah. But
so
Matrim is so great. I like that name. It's just so Matrim.
Yeah, I feel like so formal about it when Becoming Matrim.
Yeah.
Matrim.
Village Mattress said, thank you, Innkeeper. I received my raffle gift on my front porch today. Congratulations, Village Mattress. So there you go. Village Mattress received a gift from the same raffle a while back. And so, yeah, good luck to everybody on today's raffle. We're going to give away 2 mugs today. So I can just hear Taylor. He's back there like, he's going to say 3. He's going to say 3 by the end of the show. That's what's going to happen.
There's a lot of people.
I know. Thank you all for being here. It's fantastic. So, yeah, Becoming Matrim. These shows that we do about becoming this particular character have been a lot of fun. Like I said, we did one on Rand, Nynaeve, Egwene, and Perrin, and they've all been a blast. So yeah, please show up for those. Please be around for those. And now, before we jump back to an Instagram question, I want to go to you, Kristy. What's going on in your world that Wheel Time fans might be interested in?
Oh, well, Jess is kind of kicking it over there and like kicking butt with the podcasting and the YouTube channel. And I'm not as far in terms of Wheel of Time stuff.
Sure.
But I'm up to listen to anybody's stuff and watch anybody's stuff because it's great. But no, in my life right now, I actually am a full-time screenwriter. And I am also working as a producer on a unscripted reality TV show. So hopefully I'll have more news about that later on. But yeah, right now I kind of do script doctor work, and I'm working in screenwriting, and I work for a consultant company called WeFixYourScript.com. So if anybody out there is doing writing and wants to get into writing and is interested, check out We Fix Your Script. We can help you with anything in terms of getting started, reviewing your stuff, helping you.
That's so cool.
Yeah, do
That's
everything
really great.
like that. And then we also do some fun live things. So I'm part of a group that's called The Successful Screenwriter, and we do a podcast. So we talk about screenwriting things. And then each week we do a film analysis too. So we watch a film and then we do live on Facebook where we talk about the film and break it down and all that. We do story analyst stuff. So it's a lot of fun. So check it out, The Successful Screenwriter, and then WeFixYourScript.com. You can find me anywhere.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. I'll try to get that link in the description after this video when you've seen it. How can they find you on Facebook if they want to kind of watch the live stuff you guys are doing there?
Oh, so it's actually part of a group called Script Summit, which is We Fix Your Script. We run an annual screenwriting event competition, and we get together a number of screenwriters and writers that come together once a year. We do workshops, we teach classes, and give awards for a screenwriting contest. But Script Summit is on Facebook, so you can actually ask to join the Script Summit group, and then you'll get to jump in with a bunch of writers talking about all of our projects, and then you'll see me, this lovely mug, once a week.
That's awesome.
The Script Summit. Yeah.
That is a lot of fun. Okay. Well, thank you both. You're doing excellent work, and I know that whether or not it's directly Wheel of Time related, I know there's obvious huge writing and reading fans here. So yeah, hopefully if that sounds interesting to you, please reach out. And like I said, we'll add those links to the description of the video. Now let's jump back to Instagram. We'll come back and we'll make some more announcements. We'll give away a mug and we'll open the call lines, that kind of fun stuff. So Taylor, let's go to the next question here to Rafe. Asked any LGBT rep in the show, and Rafe said there's rep in the books and the show. I agree with him there. He's actually answered that question in much more detail before. If we did a video on all the changes coming to the Wheel of Time television show, if you go back, it's one of our most popular here on the channel. Go watch it. It talks all about the things that Rafe has said will be changing from the books to the TV show. If you're worried or wondering, just curious, we list out everything that we know he's said at this point. So that is actually one of the answers that he's brought up before. And like I said, he's answered that in much more detail. I think it's those other answers, I don't have them with me here handy, are actually, specify kind of what his thoughts were. But I do like he said in the book and in the show. It was an excellent answer. Let's jump to this. Also, the second question, Taylor. Let's give people two questions right here since Rafe's answer was so short. He was asked, "What's for lunch tomorrow?" And he said, "I try not to plan my lunch in advance. It's something I'm quite serious about. What is the charm in life if you know what you will eat for lunch tomorrow? I bet it will be schnitzel or pork knee, though." Okay, that's a. So what was that? Was that also another question about food, Taylor? That next one?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the next question was about food. I was like, oh my gosh. What an interesting answer. Doesn't plan his lunch. I'll be honest, I'm not really a lunch planner necessarily the next day, but I get it. I like being organized. There's just what's the fun in life with planning lunch tomorrow? I don't know. It's
I don't plan it. I won't eat it. Like,
Sometimes
if I plan ahead, then I'd be like, oh yeah, I get tuna salad for lunch, and then I'll remember to go have lunch. If I don't, then I'll just work straight through it, and then all of a sudden it's 3:00 and I'm starving and want to kill someone. So.
That's true. That's true.
sounds about right.
Yeah,
Sounds
that was
right.
today for me. I didn't plan to eat anything, and we got into all these announcements and such. Yeah, and I didn't. So yeah, you're right. Smart people plan lunch the next day, apparently. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but see, on a TV show set or a film set, we still plan lunch. There's still the call sheet, and it still says.
Oh, someone needs to call him out then on that.
But Rafe, I think what Rafe's getting to is that, like, in his role, I bet you he misses lunch pretty much 5 days out of the week, like all the time.
Yeah.
Because so if you can plan it, but it still doesn't mean you'll make it to the tent.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, thank you, Nablus, for that that super chat. Nablus asked, "Are you announcing the Man Fear episode as one of your channel announcements?" No, we're not announcing the Man Fear episode as one of the channel announcements because that won't happen for 38,000 more subscribers, which, let's be honest, going to take a long time. So if you want to know what the Man Fear episode is, you will...
I'm curious.
Oh, you are curious? Okay,
Yeah.
well, then I have to explain it.
You're not gonna get off the hook on this.
I know. I thought I was going to get off. I was going to be like, you'll have to stick around till the end when I forget. So
Watch
Man
and find
Fear...
out.
Man Fear is the combination of one of the best characters in the Wheel of Time, Lanfear, with one of the best characters in the Wheel of Time's fans, Matt, who happens to be me. So it's a combination, Man Fear, and apparently at some point, I don't know when this exactly happened, I agreed to dress up as Man Fear if we ever hit 50,000 subscribers.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that is Man Fear, and Nablus led the charge, and that's why he continues to lead the charge. Nablus is
not shocked.
Nablus is YouTube, Wheel of Time YouTube's best troll, right? Nablus, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So let's now that you've been through that, let's jump to the next announcement. This one's a lot of fun, because we don't really do a lot of gaming here at the Dusty Wheel. We've done like Wheel of Game Time. It's kind of a blast. But we thought we would jump in and actually do a formal game night and play something that, if you recognize this name, that you might have seen the show back in the day for us old people. So Wednesday, April 7th, is going to be Wheel of Time Squares instead of Hollywood Squares. Yes, Wheel of Time Squares is coming to you. We actually do have our center. We have our center square already. I'm not going to tell you who that person is, but it's like I said, yeah, I will tell you who that is later. But yes, we'll be filling in these squares as we get closer. But Wheel of Time Squares is coming to you in early April. It's going to be a blast. We'll give away probably those 2 slots for the players of the game. And we'll probably do some, like I said, maybe we might give away 1 or 2 of these squares to fans. So yeah, the Wheel of Time Squares is coming to you in April. Just be on the lookout for that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my God, that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I am stoked.
Oh man.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Live, it'll probably be ridiculous because something will go wrong, but it'll be a blast. We'll get there. Great. Yeah, like somebody said, lots of guests. Yes, we're going to have lots of guests that night. 2 players. Basically, there'll be 12 of us on total. And,
I'm counting the squares.
Yeah, you're counting them out there.
Yeah,
and yeah, like I said, Brando Sando is center square. Yeah, getting Sanderson as a center square would be pretty amazing. I agree. So, okay, so then after that Wheel of Time Hollywood Squares, we're doing something else pretty unique around here. Actually, I don't know that we've seen this done, but this sounded like a lot of fun. It's very convention-like, but we're bringing it to our live show. We're going to do speed dating, but we're going to do it Wheel of Time style. That is to say, speed dating Wheel of Time podcasts. Yes, we're going to have as many Wheel of Time podcasts with us, and just imagine this, every 3 to 5 minutes, you get your best pitch for a podcast, and we introduce you to, let's say, 20 plus Wheel of Time podcasts out there in one live show, so you know who you might want to go follow. So yes, speed dating Wheel of Time podcasts. That one will have lots of guests too. Many, many more than Wheel of Time Squares, that is to say.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
That's going to be
awesome.
Crazy. Yeah,
that's going to be awesome.
If there's ever a time, I was going to say the Hollywood Squares thing, stuff might go wrong, but you can imagine with 20 plus podcasts on a live show, something might happen.
You know what?
Yes.
It's going to be probably a mess, but it's going to be just a blast.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes, that's what I imagine it'll be. It'll be a mess, but hopefully, like my goal is, because there are a lot of Wheel of Time podcasts. I mean, I'm part of one myself with BARSIDE chats. So there's so many out there. I want to get it so fans have a place where they can go like, how do I know if I want to follow this podcast? And that's, Speed Dating Wheel of Time podcast is coming in April also. That one's going to be a blast. So,
that's good.
Okay. Yeah, so hopefully you're here and enjoying this. Let's open the call lines. You can give us a call here. It's 1-313-825-5968. Let me throw that up on the screen for you here so you can see that. Like I said, it's 1-313-TALK-WOT. Feel free to give us a call and we'll try to weave you into the conversation. Let me make one quick note. So go ahead and call that number. Like I said, if you have a comment on today's news that came out, let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you have a comment for one of my wonderful guests here, we'd love to hear that. Or you just want to talk about one of the panels you heard coming up, you can do that too. So call us and like I said, we'll bring you into the conversation. Now, outside of that, why don't we go to Taylor? Why don't you show us this next answer from Rafe while we figure out while we move callers into the show. So next Q&A from Rafe says, what all goes into the process of deciding which clips to use for these promo clips? And Rafe said, we've got an amazing team at Amazon who do all that. Thanks, WoTonPrime. So he didn't give you any insight necessarily there. But that's what you get from him, which is, yes, you should be going and following Instagram and Twitter. WoTonPrime on Instagram and Twitter is where it's at. I'll be honest, Twitter, much more active by an individual we call He Who Tweets with the Dawn. And he is very interactive with fans over there. So if you want to attempt to interact with Wheel of Time and Amazon Prime on social media, Twitter's a great place to do it. Twitter of Time, just go look up fans there. Everyone will show you where to go. Basically just tweet like, I'm reading the Wheel of Time. Would anyone like to speak to me about the Wheel of Time? And you'll get like 700 instant
you're
friends.
You're going to be inundated.
You're like, oh my God, new meat.
We apologize in advance.
Exactly. We're warning you nicely. Okay, so that being said, that was a fun answer from Rafe. And we already do have our first caller, so why don't we bring our first caller into the show tonight? Welcome to the Dusty Wheel, Nablus. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Hello.
Hi.
Everybody.
Well, thank you for joining us.
I just wanted to point out real quick that JESS girl that you have on there, she has a great voice for a podcast. I really, really think if you're not in that already, you should probably join a podcast, Jess.
Well, thank you so much for that suggestion. I will definitely take it under advisement.
Wow, you just
okay. I'd be willing to work with you, so I'm just saying.
All right, I'll have my people call your people.
Yeah,
Do you have a good name?
Send in your resume.
Like, what would your podcast be called if you guys ended up on a podcast together?
Something about, I don't know, Valon and
something perverted,
North
probably.
Harbor.
Something perverted. Okay.
Something. Yeah, but I would blame that. That's Jess's fault. I would never think of doing something like that. I'm always on the straight and narrow. So,
Sure.
So I am just, I'm just now getting. To keep you. I tend to go off topic, but I was working like all day today and like did not get to react live to all of this. So I'm kind of like catching up on all of the stuff as you're talking about it, and sitting here looking at stuff. I'm so excited.
Right?
Like it seeing Rosamund as Moiraine, like I got goosebumps. And I really think this, like there's two things I was going to say. So first of all, one thing I don't know that I've seen anybody mention yet, but the Amazon Prime Video account, so not the Wheel of Time on Prime account, the Amazon Prime account and the Sony account were both promoting that same video.
Yeah,
so
Sarah mentioned
like the main account.
Yeah, Sarah mentioned the Prime Video, and I didn't know that Sony also did. We didn't talk about that this morning, so yeah, wow.
Somebody
that's
had told me that. I didn't personally see that one, but somebody told me that was the truth. And that has me thinking, John's leak that there may be a trailer coming in May. I'm probably leaning into thinking that's probably true, especially if we're seeing the really public, the bigger accounts pushing it, not just the Wheel of Time on Prime account. That's the one we would expect to. But when they're getting into full promo mode where and they called it a teaser, that they brought Rosamund in to record specifically for this teaser. So that implies to me they didn't bring her in to read a four-word line. They probably brought her in to do that in addition to something else.
Yeah,
would be my guess.
That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. The fact that they expanded it, like I think I mentioned this on Twitter, it already has more views than their most viewed first look, which was Matt's dagger. In half a day, it already has more on Twitter at the very least. So that just goes to show you not only is the marketing kind of kicking up and working, but also having Rosamund Pike actually
promoted
on Instagram and such. Mm-hmm. Really, I think I saw on hers it was like already 100,000 plus on her own Instagram account. So I'm sure there's lots of people tonight going like, "What's the Wheel of Time?" I'd love to know what Google said right around that time.
And that's exactly why they did it. So that's a fantastic point. The fact I didn't know about Sony, but the fact that either in Sony and Amazon did it definitely goes to show that they want to start drawing people in now for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Celtic, who's in my Discord server, but also is one of the main writers on WOT series, I'd mentioned, I think, Sarah, but said that, the big thing here, too, is they're obviously trying to ride the success that Rosamund had. She just won the Golden Globe, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
They're trying to ride that success because she's in the spotlight at the moment, and people have just watched her show on Netflix, and it's like, here's this next thing that she's in, which, of course, they're doing.
Yeah.
Smart.
Which I'm super excited for. And it's starting to give me, like, I know everybody's told everybody this, like the influx, just everybody in this community, get ready, because there's going to be an influx of people in this community, coming in like nuts here. And it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, get ready, Matt. Get ready.
This is the lead into so Man Fear's coming? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
I wasn't going to say that.
I feel like everything turns to Man Fear with you.
I had just heard that once you got to 50,000 subscribers, that every episode you did after that would be in Lancer Cup. Like every single one. That was what I remember.
That is definitely incorrect. Hey, hey, Naveless, I have 2 international callers online, so I don't want to rush you off, but I just want to thank you. That's a great point. The fact it did change for me today. Like I realized today was like a beginning, right? I didn't tweet it, but I was like, no, this is a beginning of the Wheel of Time. Yeah. Having a face. This is something we noted this morning. It's the first face in the show, like actual footage in the show is Moiraine, and this is the beginning, right, or a beginning to their efforts in a different way than all the other first looks are, and you can already feel it. Absolutely, 100%. Like it just feels different to have someone like Rosamund Pike say to people like, and I'm introducing the Wheel of Time to you who haven't read the books, right, to new fans, and get ready, basically inviting them in. So I love it. Love it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and please do. Yeah, check out these. Like I said, Tarvalon After Dark. It's a really fun podcast. I haven't listened to it yet, but I did listen to a clip, and it sounds hilarious. Nablus, Jess, and Recappa, you're doing some wonderful work. So have a good evening, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Yep. Bye. Yeah, that's. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It got real today in ways that it hadn't necessarily been.
That's exactly what I thought. Like I was like, all right, it just got real. Like that's what I felt. Like it was great.
It feels different here. Let's bring in. So we're gonna bring in. I have 2 international callers. I'm gonna bring them in first. Let's get those calls. Then we're gonna do some announcements. Again, we'll go back to callers. So thank you for those that are online waiting. Like I said, we'll weave you into the conversation as we go. But our first caller here is someone that you all know well. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel, Jen, or Lesbian Nerdy, as many of you know her. How you doing?
Hey, everyone.
It's awesome to hear your voice.
Girl,
So what was your reaction?
Okay. First reaction is please everybody just move to Asia. Why does everything happen when I'm sleeping?
I know.
Oh, poor thing.
But I know. And then stupid daylight savings time. You start an hour early now.
Yeah, it's all messed up. It's all messed up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you're here now.
Oh
You're here now. We're having fun. So like once you did wake up and see it, what was your reaction?
Oh, just giddy excitement. Like no words. How do you have words? That's Moiraine. That's Moiraine on my television. I can't even I have no words to describe how exciting that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know looked that like it too, right? Like you've seen Rosamund Pike in a million different things.
She fully she fully embodies Moiraine. Like it's what I mean. She doesn't even say words in the video. You can hear her speaking, but like just that face, it's Moiraine.
And that's what was really interesting about that is we knew that Rosamund Pike was playing her, but there is something different about seeing her as Moiraine in the show. Does that make sense? Like I was always like, yeah, it's so cool. We have Rosamund Pike as part of the show. And of course, she's playing one of these iconic figures. But now, actually seeing her in the role, it changed things for me today. So absolutely, it's
what you guys were saying, like it feels real, like it's settled, it's like oh gosh, this is actually happening. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. So, other thoughts from it, or answers that Rafe gave today, or just any comments, questions for my wonderful guests.
Well, one of the things, I watched back your show that happened again in the middle of the night because of stupid spherical planet. But I watched it back, and one of the things that Sarah said just really hit me about is about like how this time is like really precious. Because along with everybody, I am really, really excited for when this opens up and we get this flood of new fans. But it still astounds me how much they are giving us, because right now it is only us, and this is really precious. Like, this is for us. Yeah. This is like this Moiraine drop, those other drops. It's just for us. And the word precious just really struck me, because that's exactly what it feels like. It's like this time it's our time, and it's really precious that they're giving this to us.
I love that you said that answer.
Yeah,
I really do. I love that comment. And you're right. I just have to jump in and say you're right. And one of the things that gives me peace at night every night. And it's not just because I'm being biased, but to know how I know Sarah in my life, and then her being on the show and working on the show. That's the only, at first it was really the only reason that I was okay moving forward. But now she has fought so hard for us, for this show. And I don't want that to go unnoticed. But yeah, a lot of this is she's dead on, because she wanted us to have this. She wanted us to be this excited before everyone else got to get into it.
Yeah, it was really cool to have her on this morning. If you haven't watched it, like Jenny said, Sarah was really great. She had a perfect poker face, didn't give anything away.
Oh, beyond, she's had that since she was a kid.
Frustratingly perfect poker face.
I've known Sarah for 20-something years. Sarah's been my best friend for over 20 years, and she has had that face her whole life. So this was perfect for her to get this kind of job where she's like, yeah.
But it was awesome to have her there, and she was able to answer, like you said, she was able to answer some questions, right? She talked a little bit about the process itself. She shared a story about Rosamund Pike finding out that she had played Moiraine in like the Towers of Midnight trailer thing. It's a hilarious story. If you have not gone back, I'll try to find the link to it and actually cut that portion out tomorrow and post it so it's easier to find. But go watch that after the show tonight. Go watch this morning's thing here. Sarah was awesome to come on and talk and just have fun, right? She was just enjoying being a fan and a fly on the wall. I think we had like 10 callers this morning, and just hearing how excited fans were, I know that was meaningful. So it was a great call out there. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. And you also did remind me of something we have to talk about, which is, and I tweeted about this today, the whole something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, aspect of this. So you gotta, we have to talk about that piece. But Jenny, I gotta let you go. I gotta take this call that we have also from India here. Any final thoughts or kind of a parting note before we let you go?
No, just like Moiraine is the goat, except for Nynaeve, who is the actual goat. Moraine's like the second goat. So, I'm so excited.
Moiraine's the auxiliary backup goat.
She's backup goat. She's a backup goat. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you back here at the Dusty Wheel soon. Okay? See you, Jen.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's awesome.
All of you guys are awesome. All Wheel Time fans are awesome.
Yeah, they are. They are. And I know, like I said, I think I saw Sarah in chat. Welcome, Sarah. And if you want to give us a call, Sarah, I think there's a line open. Again, it's 1-313-825-5968. I think we have one spot open if you wanted to give a call. You certainly could. I could absolutely. Good question. Hey, Taylor. Yeah. Sarah is. I can throw her. She's wondering if she wants to zoom in. I'm
gonna cry, you guys. Like, seriously.
I'm gonna tell Sarah that. I'll get you, Sarah, the link to do this, and I'll probably have Taylor help me out here. So.
Yeah, when you go into a project like this, and you're in a position that Sarah's in, there's obviously a lot of contracts, a lot of secrecy, a lot of NDA stuff you have to sign. And so I haven't gotten to have my Sarah for a number of years, and we knew that was going to happen. And so every time I get to talk to her, every time we get to connect, it's so great, because I just miss her. But I never ask her questions. I never pry. I'm not privy to things that people think like, oh, maybe I know something. I don't.
Right.
I'm in this journey with you guys. So
Sarah, I just sent you a note, so you should be able to get that Zoom link. But yeah, definitely join us here.
And of course, she's in her car.
She already. And Taylor, you want to switch us over?
It's for Sarah.
There we go. Okay. Oh, there she is.
Guys, I'm in a drive-thru. Can I just get a large Dr. Pepper?
What a perfect moment. What a perfect freaking moment.
That's amazing.
Extra ice.
This is so typical Sarah.
This is such a great moment, ordering a Dr. Pepper.
Okay. You guys, classic. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking here. Here we go.
No, that's awesome.
But first, before Well, you guys talk, but I have one thing that I want to say.
Okay, well, I have a caller from India. Do you want me to bring that caller in, and then you can follow up with your comment here? Let me bring that caller
Do
just
it.
because I know they're on long distance here. So, hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hello, hi. First of all, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. So, what was your name?
My name is Diljit, second-time caller here.
Diljit, welcome back.
Salutations to all the panelists.
Thank you very much. So, what were your thoughts today?
Just wanted to, thank you for doing all of this for our fans, unblurring and then discussing everything, that 3-second clip that came out and making 2 long videos about it and giving us so much insights into everything that goes on.
Yeah, the unblurring was a blast.
That's the epitome of Wheel of Time fandom.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun being a hardcore fan freak. I'll be honest.
Yeah. My only question is, I am usually never a fan of, sort of guessing and predicting things beforehand, and sort of taking in stride when the things actually drop, as in the episodes drop in. How does it feel? You theorize a lot, you make a lot of guesses, and you guess them right. Sometimes you would hit the nail and you get like, this is what I was expecting. So how does it spoil the show in any way, or it just makes you more engrossed into it? This is what I've been theorizing for say past 6 months, and I finally see it on the screen.
Yeah, that's a good question. No, I think, I'll be honest, from a theorizing and speculation standpoint, I'm definitely more wrong than ever right about things. So that's why it's fun, is in most cases I don't know the right answer, or I am only half right, or so the fact that I might watch something or read something where I got a portion of it right, that makes me really happy. I'm not going to spoil anything in the books right now. There are 2 or 3 things that I got right early on reading, and those things made me extremely happy when I finally saw them happen. But no, it never ruined it for me, because until you know if you're right, it still is just a theory. So it's not like, it's different when you actually, when you're in Sarah's position where you're behind the scenes, that's different. And that does change things, and Sarah can speak to that. But I can tell you, when I did the beta read for the last 2 Wheel of Time books, that was a different experience, and it's a totally different mindset. You no longer get to theorize and speculate in the same way. So, but being on the front side of that curtain, theorizing and speculation has never. It's always just kind of like amplified the experience versus negatively affect it. So yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, go ahead.
I would also say that even with like the unique positions that we've gotten to be in, and also hi Jess.
Hi Sarah, how are you?
Hello. But the positions that we get to be in doesn't ever really stop us from theorizing and speculating, even though we sometimes know what's going on. For Matt, his case with the books, and for me with the show, I still really enjoy the speculation part of this process, even though it's already spoiled for me, if that makes sense. So I think that's great. So yeah, it never ends.
To add that, I remember reading the books and still having my theory and living in the theory that I had, even knowing it wasn't right? The whole concept of mirror worlds and other things, like my brain likes the idea that in some world that it would have been cooler if my idea was the right one. So that's that aspect is really fun. You can still do it. It just does change it a little bit, as in you know things that are going to happen, and so you're like, okay, I'm speculating and theorizing a little bit differently than I would if I didn't know. So before we let you go, and by the way, thank you for calling back. It's so awesome. I saw this note in chat, and it's totally true. I love when our international fans call in and chat with us. It's so cool that you're calling and like that you've been watching the content creation going on, and that we can kind of connect in this great of distance like this live on a show.
Yeah, just wanted to add, and I'm sure that the numbers will go really up. I mean, you've announced certain things when you hit 50,000 subscribers, and rest assured that once the show hits, there will be so many new fans, and although new people will react to it, and but OG content creators like you will be the ones, that people will really, flock into your channels, and whether it's you or Nameless or other content creators, other panelists, people that have been doing this for a long, long time, you will get that love from the fans, and I'm just, excited to see you growing even more.
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, thank you so much. And it's funny because the whole man fear idea makes that not as appealing. It's like, great man fear coming faster.
You're not getting out of it now, Matt. You're not.
I know it's a struggle. Hey, thank you so much for calling in, man. Hey, I really appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you again. And hopefully we'll see you in chat also. So we'll talk to you soon again. Okay.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Sure. Before I go, I'll be throwing in some podcast name ideas for JESS, and I hope she picks one of them.
Okay.
Okay, for the GIFs. Okay.
Nice. I like it. Hey, have a good one. Okay. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, and like we just saw, we have some watchers from France here also. Yeah, I love it. You guys are awesome for being here. Again, if you are new to this, please do follow us. Yeah, if you want to see me dress up as Man Fear, I guess that could be your motivation. But if you just enjoy live Wheel of Time content, we have a blast with it. So yeah, please do. Okay, you're here, Sarah.
Sorry for diving in again.
No, you're awesome. This is fun.
It's been obviously I'm not in my usual setting in my Jeep, but I wanted to first go completely off topic and wish my goddaughter a very happy 16th birthday. That's Kristy's daughter Cameron turned 16 today. I was there the day she was born, and I can't believe that I have a 16-year-old niece basically. So happy birthday, Cammy. I love you. And also, okay, is she there?
No, she's not. She's at her dad's tonight.
Okay. Well, and then also just after getting to sit with everything in the last kind of few hours since the drop, just the reaction has been really cool. And more than I thought it would be, especially from, how I was talking earlier today about, how we've kind of gone global. It's been so targeted from, up until this point. Now we've gone global, and just the reception has been really great, and people commenting about, just the excitement level for another type of show that's not Lord of the Rings. Nothing against Lord of the Rings. Love them. They're a sister show of ours, but just it's been really exciting. And so that's all. I don't know if you guys have been following that, but people are kind of getting hyped. And it's great.
We're trying to welcome to the hype train,
Yeah,
I'm aboard.
We've been hyped, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, the world, because and people have pointed this out so many times, which is, no one knows this is coming out other than us. Does that make sense?
Right.
People still don't really know it's coming out, except for those really kind of tightly tied to what's going on. And so many people now have heard it that hadn't heard about it before, so many more than had ever heard about it. So yeah, I anticipate that just continuing. And this is the very beginning, right? Like we talked about, the Twitter video that WoTonPrime shared has already eclipsed all the previous first looks as far as views, and it's under 12 hours. So that stuff's gonna keep happening. So yeah, no,
freaking out.
Yeah, we're freaking out, right? Okay, so while we're here, we have you here, Sarah. It's fun to do giveaways while you're here. So let's do our first mug giveaway. Let's celebrate somebody winning the mug here. I think you already lost your opportunity if you didn't join the raffle before. I think it's closed. So I apologize for anybody that joined us later.
Oh, dang.
But Taylor, why don't you pick a winner? Let's crown a winner and then give some announcements here. Yeah. Let's go winners.
Hello. For Sarah.
I love
sorry,
that.
Guys.
That's cool. That's cool. I love it.
Errands. It's casual.
It's Jenny Weaver has won a Dusty Wheel mug. Congratulations, Jenny Weaver. If you want to find us after the show, you can find us over on Discord. The link is in the description. We do an after show over on Discord. That's the best time to reach out to us, actually. So for anyone that's like, okay, when this thing's over, I still want to talk, you can jump over to Discord, find us over there. The admins will post that link here in the chat for you. And you can reach out to me. Just ask questions when you get over there. If you don't have Discord, don't want to log in, just go on social media. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And yeah, just get a hold of me and say, hey, I'm Jenny Weaver and I won this raffle. What does that mean? And I'll give you a link and we'll get you a mug. We'll get you one of these mugs. It's awesome. So
Free stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. And we'll so Taylor, do you well let's do like 2 more announcements here. These 2 are like amazing for channel announcements. So let's move on to this next one. After Speed Dating Wheel of Time podcast, we're actually going to be doing a show on gaming and the Wheel of Time. We're going to have the lead developer of the Wheel of Time PC game, and he's going to be here. Glenn Dahlgren is going to show up, or you're going to be here with us, and I can't wait to actually have him here with us.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's going to be rad. We're going to be discussing the Wheel of Time with him, and I know Taylor's trying to show that image, but that's okay if we can't put that up there. That's no big deal. Oh, I can click that now. So yeah, Glenn. It's not showing up, Taylor, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, we're going to do an episode with him. I can't wait to have him here with us. So that's going to be amazing, and that's on April 14th. Talk all about gaming, talk about that. I don't know if any of you played the Wheel of Time PC game. I did, and I can't wait to chat with him about that. And then after that one, we're going to actually return to a guest that haven't been with us for a full year, but I can't wait to have these wonderful people back with us. We're actually going to have Michael Kramer and Kate Redding here at the Dusty Wheel on April 18th. Kate Redding, Michael Kramer talk all about what they're doing. They're doing a lot of stuff with Brandon right now. I want to say they've even done some stuff with Daniel recently, Daniel Green. So yeah, I can't wait to kind of pick their brains and talk about the Wheel of Time, talk about what's coming up. It was a blast last time they came. It was one of our favorite episodes, one of our most popular episodes. I can't wait to have them back. So yeah, Kate Redding, Michael Kramer will be here on April 18th. We'll put out some news about that coming up just to make sure you guys don't miss that episode. So yeah, can't wait to have them back here. It's gonna be a blast.
They are such delights.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Just the most delightful people.
What a great word. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are totally, absolutely. A delight is a great way to explain them. So yeah, they're a blast, and like I said, we're gonna have fun that night, doing a live show with them. Maybe do a reading. Michael last year read I guess you'd call it a deleted scene from the books that was written for me, and it's amazing. And you should go check it out on YouTube. If you have never heard of this deleted Wheel of Time scene, you just got to go find it. There's spoilers, so if you haven't read up to Towers of Midnight, then don't. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So okay, let's go back while you're here, Sarah.
Yes.
Rafe answered some questions, so let's cover some of those questions here still, Taylor.
Have you guys gone over them? I've been out and about kind of for a while, so I didn't see his answers yet.
We've covered a bunch of them, but not all of them. So then we'll bring our next caller in right after this next question here. Actually, let's bring our caller in, and then we'll cover the question with our caller on the line, because they've been wonderful to wait this long. This caller, many of you know him. He's one of our most frequent callers, and we love him here at the Dusty Wheel. Let me welcome to the show, Norm. Norm, how you doing tonight?
Great, Innkeeper. As always, I raise my mug to you, sir.
Cheers.
And lovely ladies of the realm, I raise my mug to you as well, ladies. And, of course, to everyone in chat, what's up? Pop the glass.
Oh, man, I love when you call it Norm. You're amazing. So what's going on? What was your reaction today?
Oh, I was quite happy and quite thrilled. I actually have 2 questions for everyone. My first question is for Sarah, because I know you cannot give up much, but I want to ask this. If you can tell us how much research has been done on the old tongue, and how much are we going to hear it in the show? Because I know, like, for instance, I liken it to the Klingon in Star Trek, you know, how they have literally an entire dictionary and they actually have colleges teaching this as a foreign language. Are we going to get something that extensive, or at least near extensive, of the old tongue to hear it in the Wheel of Time? And then my second question for everybody, not counting Sarah, is what are you going to, besides seeing the trailer, what are you absolutely going to go squat about when you actually see it? You know, either hearing someone's line or actually seeing somebody do something in the trailer. So I will sit back and listen.
Thanks, Norm. Appreciate it. Yeah.
He's become such a professional caller inner.
Caller inner.
Caller inner. I like it. So, Sarah, is there anything you can say about the question you did ask about just the research and such that's gone into the old tongue?
I can say that actually the day of the first table read is the day that I met our speech and language coach. She works with everybody with accents and making sure everything stays consistent. And if we have mumblers, she works on their diction. And she speaks like 7 or 8 languages fluently and is learning 4 more. So this woman is into language. And so we met the day of the table read for episode 1 and immediately just fell in love. And geeked out over language and sort of what it does, not just for the Wheel of Time, but just words, you know, and what they do for us. And again, it was such a geeky, nerdy time, and people thought we were weird, but I'm used to that. And so, you know, we really kind of got into it that day and went through pronunciations and different things like that. And because we were very cognizant of the time of that anything that we say kind of old tongue or the common tongue, that we needed to be consistent. And it, you know, once it was out there, then kind of that was it. And then I can't really go into the hardcore specifics of the old tongue as relates to the show. But what I can say is that both Naomi and I are so nerdy that we, because we have oodles and oodles of free time, realized that, you know, obviously the old tongue dictionary that exists is lacking. In terms of, you know, it's just not a full dictionary. And so we have begun to create the a language essentially with rules. And so, you know, that exists, and it's a constant work in progress. Whether or not it's used or not is a completely different story. It's just something that we both felt passionately about, that it should exist in case. So it's really cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We'll share it one day. Yeah, we'll share it one day.
You just have people just chucking money. Like, I want the dictionary. I want these.
Shut up and take my money. I want it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Naomi's completely in charge of making up the new words that are, you know, for all the holes and things like that in the existing dictionary. But she's staying so true to what Robert Jordan initially, you know, created, which is really, really special to see. So yeah.
That is an awesome answer. Now I want to go to the other side of this question before we let Lancer go. I'll go up to you, Jess. Any particular thing that you're looking forward to seeing, like the moment in a trailer that you really want where it's going to make you squee at the very least?
Ooh.
I think that if we can get any little part of the Wheat for Manetheren speech, I'd probably pee my pants. Like, even if it's just like not even the actual words themselves, but just like seeing her going, you know, ham on everybody because they're being assholes. Like, I would be excited to see that.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. How about you, Kristy? Is there one where you're like, this needs to be in the trailer, and I can't wait till that moment?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I mean, I'm probably pretty cheesy in old school because I like first introductions in series like this. So
yeah.
I can't wait for an open road. I want to see Rand and Tam the first time together on that road.
Yeah. Sure.
And then for when they first see Moiraine, the boys, and what she can do and she's capable of. Those are the moments I'm ready for.
Yeah. And
I just thought of another one.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Just throw out the next one. Yeah.
I want to see the first time Lan lays eyes on Nynaeve.
That's a good one. I like it. So this is the one I would say actually the one that we saw today, but I want to see the full thing. In the trailer, I want to see what Moiraine is channeling it. So if
What
this
is she doing?
Yeah,
What's happening?
What's this
What's
channeling
happening?
moment? That's the part I want to see in the trailer, because if I think that's, we talked about this morning, that seems like, okay, this definitely could be Emond's field. Like the looks like lanterns behind her potentially. Maybe she's out in the green, and if she is, and we're talking Trollocs, I want to see whatever that is. Like I want to see that moment in the trailer. So that's mine particular kind of like, I'll get so excited when I see that. Now, Sarah, I'm going to ask you this. I know you.
Yes.
I get that you've been really good about keeping your face. Everyone's mentioning this in chat. Like you're staying very still. Good job. I want you to disconnect, just like we do, theorizing and such. Disconnect from all your work on the show. When you were a fan before you were working on the show, was there a particular moment where you were like, oh, if a show ever happened, I would love for this one to show up in some kind of trailer, or I can't wait till I see this moment in a show if it were to happen. Can you give us, is that something you're willing to like go down the road? Sure.
Kristy is smiling like she already knows the answer.
Well, I do, because and Kristy knows this too, because we've talked about it for forever. But yeah, the empty road moment was so iconic, and I had an experience early on in my kind of production or movie career where I was a small animals wrangler on the movie The Alamo. Totally random, but on my very first day there, they had built out this whole city of Behar, Texas at the time, and they had this huge crane shot, and whenever I walked onto that set that day, my first thought was, oh my gosh, one day whenever they make the Wheel of Time movie or TV show or whatever it is, I hope that the shot is this big, because it was huge and the scope of it was so massive. And in my mind, I just always wanted to see them walking down the road and Rand looking over his shoulder, and then I wanted that whole thing, and then like a big pull out and you see like them on the road, and you see the Murdral or the Fade trailing them, and then you see like the mountains and just everything. And so just to kind of depict scope, and so I always imagine that in real life. I was just kind of tweeting about this earlier, that I'm so excited for our first look at the EF5, the Emond's Fielders. Like I can't wait for you guys to see all of them together, and how they look, and how just everybody vibes and gels, and so I'm very excited about that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing both of those things, Lancer. As always, thank you very much for calling in, and great questions. Like Sarah said, you're like a professional caller inner. So thank you for being that person for us, man. Have a good evening, okay? Yeah, I need
the official term. It's the technical.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, man. Good night.
You guys take care.
You too.
Bye.
So we have 3 more callers. I'm going to try to get to them all. One's been waiting a while. So here's it. Here's what we got left. I want to announce 2 more shows. We have 1 more mug to give away, and we have a couple more answers from Rafe. So this person's been waiting a long time, so I want to bring them in, chat with them. Then we're going to jump over to 1 more announcement on the channel. We'll give away a mug. We'll go to Rafe's, and we'll come back and try to get those last callers in, get final thoughts. We're going to go with a little bit longer than an hour and a half. That's just how it is. Hopefully you're enjoying this whole day. This is a day to go longer than an hour and a half.
I chaotically messed up your
No.
vibe.
What are you talking about?
And
Everybody
I'm
here's
gonna Zoom bomb again.
Everybody here in chat's like, yes, Sarah's here. This just amped it up.
No,
don't worry about it. So yeah, exactly. And by the way, to Village Mattress, thank you very much. In chat, dropped a little super chat and said down payment on Sarah Nakamura autographed Old Tongue Dictionary. No, thank you very much, Village Mattress, for that.
Love that. That's so great.
Let's bring our next caller in, and like I said, then we'll get to a channel announcement, and we'll kind of move through here. So welcome to the Dusty Wheel, the only gay in the Two Rivers. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. So thank you very much for waiting. So what is your either comment or your reaction to all the news today?
So I was at work when we got the news that I had. So I have Wheel of Time on Prime. I have their notifications, their tweets set up as notifications. So I feel my phone buzz and I go, "It's happening! It's happening! We're getting something.
It's happening."
So I like ran into the freezer and just pulled my phone and go, "Okay, what is it? What is it?" And I saw it was that clip, and I just went, "Ah!" Like, I think they thought I was having a nervous breakdown in the freezer, which I kind of was, a little bit of both. And as I've been watching it and kind of doing like a rewatch of all the released clips, like you guys were talking about it, there is a large amount of excitement, but there's also this weird kind of bit of lingering sadness almost, where we are in this sort of stage where we kind of have the books and, you know, the memories that come with these books and like everything that we had for all these years before the show came out, what we repressed when we watched Winter's Dragon, you know? And right. So we're coming to almost the end of an age, and we're reaching this new time where the fandom is going to grow. Jordan Con will grow. There will be new covers to the books, hopefully, because the minimalist ones are, but that's another thing. So it's this almost wistful sort of moment where we're sort of crossing over into something much bigger and more exciting, and I really can't wait to get there. And yeah, and I think just seeing this tweet, it made it all real. I think more than seeing the reading and seeing like, oh, that is Moiraine, you know, this is her. And, you know, I can't wait to see, like Sarah was talking about, the Emmons Fielders, and it's going to just keep feeling more and more real until we get the trailer, and even then it won't feel real, you know? I want to react
to what you just said, because like it gave me the chills a little bit, and I hope everyone that's watching this, watches it later, that everyone that's here, I think hashtag the end of an age. I think it is, right? Just like when the books, when A Memory of Light came out, there was a palpable feeling. I know people who just couldn't read it because it was going to be the end. And this kind of came upon us. We weren't really ready for it, but it absolutely is the end of that era of fandom without a TV show. Like today is the beginning of that new era of Wheel of Time with a TV show. Just like Sarah brought up, you know, with Prime Video and Rosamund really pushing this out there. Yeah, fandom is now it's going to change a little bit. So I think it's really important for us to take a moment, right, just personally, and just reflect on the fact that that it's not going to be the same as it was, and that's whatever it is. And then it's an age, and we started a new age. It's a new beginning, but we're all used to that concept from the Wheel of Time. So it's like Jordan prepared us for all these kind of moments in that way as fans of these books, where it's like, okay, I'm stepping into a new age. So thank you for bringing that up. I talked about it, but I just hadn't felt it in that very kind of palpable way that you just brought it up. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Because there is always a thing of when I finished A Memory of Light 2 years ago, and you know, I said it's going to be sometime before I can go back to the series. I started rereading the series 2 months later, and I think there is this sort of, you can always have it again with the books, and you can always have these memories that you hold on to. And I think there is a sense of like, now all these fans of Rosamund Pike coming from like Gone Girl and I Care a Lot. It's this weird moment of you almost want to be an Emmons Fielder and kind of go, no, this is our way. And, you know, you just kind of, it's this weird thing of like, I want this. I want to kind of stay in this little borough of our little town, of our little Emmons Field. But I think it's this weird moment of, I think, in fantasy books, and why we all love this series. Sorry, I'm trying not to ramble too much. The Wheel of Time is sort of our Moiraine, bringing us out into the world. And I think, and I just can't wait to see it. And I wanted to jump a little ahead. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about one of Rafe's answers. That really made me excited. If not, it's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I know. So I would say I think Sarah had a comment. So go ahead and Sarah.
I did want to kind of just agree in terms of the books will always be the books, and that experience will never change no matter what the TV show does or doesn't change or doesn't keep. And then I was going to comment on what you were saying about kind of wanting to hold it close, but I forgot what my point was. And so I feel what you're saying, basically super hardcore. And I feel like we are, oh gosh. Well, if it pops back up into my head the way that I wanted to articulate it, I'll jump back in. But yeah, I just want to encourage everybody that yes, it is the end of an age or an era. I've been saying this all along. We are, we're leaving the age of the book, entering the age of the television. And so with that turning of the wheel, it's changes are coming, not just in the show, or show to book, but also within our fandom. And it's really up to us how we choose to deal with it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
for sure. The only game in the Two Rivers, you wanted to make one last comment? Yeah, and feel free to do that before we let you go.
I just am very excited for the show. I think what Rafe and what everybody is bringing to it is such a different energy. And, I think if I had my way, the series, we would adapt it perfectly word by word. Everyone's dress would be sashed with the right amount of colors and the amount of braids, tugs, skirts, smooth and all that. But it is this sense of anticipation of, we are going to get a spirit of the books that I think is crafted with the same love that Jordan created these books. And so it is this knowledge of kind of, we're not going to get the books perfectly, but I think that's perfect for what this show is going to be,
The way I like to think of that is, we're not going to get the books, we're going to get the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's,
that's
it's
a
going
good
to look
point.
different, but the spirit of that is still going to be there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, go ahead. Sorry, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, hey, just the only gay in Two Rivers, thank you very much for calling in. Sarah, did you want to make a comment to him?
Well, no, I just wanted to piggyback off of what Jess was saying, and just say that that's the biggest, if I fought for anything, it's that, it's all about the story, but it's about the characters and their journey and us being with them.
Yes.
So everything else beyond that, it's icing, it's extras. But for me, it's really about, about following the same group of people from, the beginning of this journey all the way to the end. And I know that was really important to Robert Jordan as well, not creating necessarily disposable characters and creating people that you really see and grow attached to. And so that's the biggest thing that I've fought for throughout this entire thing, is if nothing else we stay true to, let's stay true to that, Yeah,
no, I appreciate that very much. And only gay Two Rivers, thank you for bringing that to us. I can tell everyone's kind of in that mode now. And it's a good place to be, and I appreciate that. Even if it's a little bit melancholy, it's worthwhile feeling. So have a good evening, and I really appreciate you staying online with us. Okay.
Oh, no problem. Have a good show, y'all.
You too. We'll see you in chat. Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
Bye. There was a moment, and I felt bad. We were talking very seriously, and somebody said after my comment, "The age of man fear" is what I was talking about.
I saw that. I saw that comment.
The age of man fear is not what I'm talking about. That is not what I meant about entering a new age. That is not what I meant. So JD, thank you very much. Threw in a super chat, said to the end of an age shepherded by the Dusty Wheel and all. Yeah, I agree. Thank you to my guests. You guys are all wonderful. We're all working together as a fandom to shepherd ourselves through between these two ages. So I really appreciate that. Now I know we have a lot to get through here. I want to jump to these final two announcements of shows we have coming up. Then we'll do the raffle. We'll cover Rafe's questions, and then I'll get final thoughts from my wonderful guests here, and then we'll close up for the night. So, coming up next here at the Dusty Wheel, I shouldn't say next. I should say late April. We're back with another Becoming series. Yeah, we're going to do Becoming Matrim here at the end, and now we're going to be Becoming Lan. That's right. We're going to cover Daniel Henney. Can't wait to talk about him and his career and what he's going to bring to Lan here. It's going to be awesome. So that's going to show up at the end of April. And then followed by that, our special guest here, Kristy Lussier. We mentioned this last time, and I wasn't able to get the show together for the beginning of April, so we moved it to the end of April. You've heard this announcement before, but we're coming back with another table read. At the end of April, one of the fans already won a spot at that table read. We are going to do that. We'll be talking more about what scenes you all get to choose from that Kristy's going to work on. If you missed our first table read, it was hilarious and fun and enjoyable. Just go check out that video. Just look it up on our YouTube channel. But we're going to do it again, and it's going to be bigger and better. That's just how it's going to have to be.
Something more dialogue-driven.
Something dialogue-driven? Okay.
Sarah's giving me a note. She's giving me a note.
Giving notes. Well,
as if I was in the writer's room. Yep.
Yes. Well, it's not like you weren't put in it's like a hard thing to do anyway, like I said the first time around, but you had to handle a lot of exposition in that scene.
Yeah.
And you did it so well. But, I think if you got more of like a, something dialogue heavy, then you can get your teeth into it and kind of play with it.
Yeah, you heard it from her. I need a dialogue scene, so
we're gonna try to jump into the Great Hunt, and so the idea here is to find we're gonna find a dialogue heavy scene. There's plenty of them from the Great Hunt, and we're have fans pick between 3 or 4 of them, and we'll narrow it down, and we'll let you know which one it's gonna be. We'll make invites. We'll bring people in. We'll probably give away one more seat. We'll do a table read. It was awesome last time. The live table read idea. It's been too long, so
a lot of fun.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. Okay, what if you do the scene leading into Lan walking Rand into his confrontation with Moiraine, with Baron, and with Swan. You've got that whole, you got that whole thing of them like walking through, and so Lan is prepping Rand. And so you've got that, and then you've got the next scene, which is them having that sort of that confrontation. That's
doing both of those
idea.
Scenes. That way we get a bunch of people. That way we can get like 4 or 5 people involved. So
legit is my favorite. One of my favorite sequences in the book.
So good.
So we already are we letting Sarah pick it? I like it. I'm cool with this. Like everyone's like yes. So I like that. I love that idea, and so that may be the one we go with, and it's going to be, like I said, it's a blast when we do these table reads. Fantastic idea, Sarah, on that one. It's one it's a classic. It's a classic scene, and it's a fun one, and let's do it, right? So, yeah, and I did see somebody threw also a super chat in here, and I totally missed it, so I apologize. Oh, yes, Kevin Peters, thank you very much. To the start of a new age. Yes, I agree. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now you've heard of all the episodes that are coming up. Like I said, make sure you're here Sunday for that watch party. Jamie Jones, the director and writer of Obey, he and I are going to be talking about Obey while we all watch it live together, and you ask questions in chat and call. It's going to be a ridiculously fun experience. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be so cool. I absolutely agree. Now, let's jump really quick over to the Rafe questions we didn't cover. Let's cover all those. I want to get your 3 opinions on those. And then we'll try to say goodnight to our 2 callers that are hanging on. We'll just be a quick, welcome them to the show, tell them how much we appreciate them, and then we'll let them go for the evening. And Taylor, show us the remaining Rafe questions. I told everybody we'd cover those. Let's look at the rest of those now.
Actually, give me 2 seconds.
Okay, so Taylor needs to work that through. Okay, so while he works on some tech thing to make that happen, we're going to bring our callers in really quick. We won't be able to, though, if you're listening to us right now, both it's Eric and Kyle. It's going to be really quick. We won't have a ton of time. Thank you very much for waiting. But I don't want you guys to have waited this long and not get into the show. So let's bring first Eric into the call. Eric, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Absolutely, we're doing fantastic. So, give us your thoughts on what happened today. Just tell us what you felt about the first look at Moiraine and how that went down for you.
Yeah, I'll just buzz through it real quick. Like, just to expand on the previous point with the turning of a new age, like, within me, like, these books have been something that have helped me in my solitude, and it has been something that has been something, like, I have not had people to talk about with or anything like that, and for just to have you guys here and, like, to see real faces and voices to come with it, like, it helps me just have that much more hope, even though we are kind of introducing GE Toad to fucking Wetlanders.
That is such a good way of putting it. The new fans are Chafail.
Yeah, it just calms me so much to, like, have, like, just to see this. And let me finish this real quick so Kyle can get on the phone. When I was younger, I was going through the books, and like, I had there's a friend, he, like, picked up the book, and, like, he was flipping through it, and it was like, well, because he knew someone else who had read the books, but we weren't mutual friends, and he was like, well, what do you feel about, like, Moiraine's dead, right? I was like, no, she went through the red fucking real door frame.
Yeah, okay, hold on a second. Before you finish that story, I haven't done a spoiler warning for whatever it is here, so let me just... No, it's just hold on a second, because it's total spoilers. We do spoilers all the time. I just haven't brought it up, so I want to remind everybody right now, if you've watched this long, there's spoilers.
That's a pretty big one.
There might be spoilers coming up here, so don't watch any further if you're worried about spoiling the books. This is going to go probably all the way to the end. So yeah, this again, we just haven't hit on any spoilers yet. So I appreciate you just holding on just 1 second. But yeah, spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've left by now. If there's spoilers, so go ahead and finish your story.
Go for it. Yeah.
And like, it was pretty. Like, he was kind of pretty dismissive and just, like, threw the book away, and like, just threw the book on the ground, and, like, when it hit the table, it felt like a slap. And 10 years later, Tom's sitting here looking at the note, and, like, no one knows, like, what is this about? You know, like, he just sits there and reads the note. Like, you think it's from Morgase or, you know, someone, and all of a sudden, Matt asks, well, no, it is from Moiraine. They know that. But Matt asks, and then they read the letter, and for me, it was just like, right now. Like, go get her. What do you guys do? Like, you know what to do.
Not a damsel.
Not a damsel.
Not a damsel.
Oh my God, Sarah, don't start.
No. She might need help from time to time, but she is not helpless at all.
Yes.
In the absolute least.
Oh, be careful with those words.
Like, I'm taking up enough of your time.
Hey, Eric, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so glad you did. I really appreciate the story. Thank you very much for being with us. Like I said, thank you for sticking on the line with us and sharing that story. And yes, there are so many fans like you. We're out here. And again, if you want to come back here, live shows every week. So if you want to see Wheel of Time fans talking the content, just come back to the Dusty Wheel, jump and chat, man. It's a blast. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Right on. See you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, Taylor, are you ready to go, man? You want to show us this? Okay, so we're gonna try to get the Rafe's questions up here. There it is. Okay, so we'll just go through the rest of these. One of the questions was, that doesn't look ageless. Is this something that is being reworked? Is the question. He said, VFX that require you to touch every frame that a character appears on screen are not great uses of money. So don't expect to see CGI faces for all Aes Sedai, was that question. Let's move on to the next one here, Taylor. The question is, when did or was the decision made for the something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue theme made? From the start or happy accident? Rafe said, Waffo. Oh, wait, maybe that doesn't work here. Okay.
I don't think he had any idea what that was about.
Yeah.
Like, because he's not online, you know, he's not. Yeah. So,
For those,
all
yeah,
that,
yeah. I was just going to explain real quick. For those of you that don't know what the something old, something new, basically, Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime, when they released the guitar first look, they put a tag saying something new. And in that moment, we were doing a live show, and I think I was the one that brought it up. It was like something new, and it's like, wait a second. I don't know why something new kicked off something old, and it was like, oh, that kind of fits, something old, something new. And then we all joked, like, maybe the next thing would be borrowed. And then it ended up being Matt's dagger, and we were like, oh, this is
borrowed that.
This is kind of, he borrowed that. Okay, so is the next
it.
thing something blue? And we got someone blue this time. So it all worked out. It ended up being this Looney Theory fan that ended up actually working out. But I'll be honest, I'll tell the Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime this. I basically could have made that work for anything that you did. Just from a Looney Theory perspective, like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, if you'd given me something, because if I wanted that theory to work,
make it work.
I could have made that work. But it's so awesome that it did work. And so thank you so much, that worked.
I
that was
think
awesome.
it also just goes to show that they are paying attention and, to the fans and really care about, engaging in a way that's meaningful and not just like saying some words from the books as like catchphrases. Like, they're paying attention, and with help, from yours truly. But it's still, that just speaks to, how much they understand this fandom is unique in that way. So
I think he who tweets with the Dawn said, after I thanked them for that today, he said, we didn't want to let you down, Innkeeper. And that was really sweet. That was really nice to say, which is honestly, the engagement with the fans has been off the charts. It's just been fun. So thank you very much.
I don't know who y'all hired as the social media manager for that account, but chef's kiss. It's do a great job.
Yeah,
it's been really great, and I don't run that handle. Everybody thinks that I do. I don't. I'm not the one on the keyboard there at all. That's I cannot take credit for that. And so I think they, especially this last couple of months, they've really kicked it up, and so I could not be more thrilled.
Yeah, the fact that something borrowed is something, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue actually worked out. Yeah, just goes to show you that they were listening and that they cared enough, and they had fun with it, because they showed us awesome stuff, right? The sword, the guitar, the dagger, and Moiraine. That's great. So so many thanks again out to them. That was brilliant and a lot of fun, and basically no one else in the world will really know what this is. It'll be like this really like it'll be like 3,000 people in the world will be like, I know what that refers to, but no one else will have any idea. But there you are. If you're here, you now know. Yeah, that's ours. Yes, now. Exactly. So there were 2 questions, Taylor. Throw those up. I will read through those really quick here. Rafe had right at the bottom of that doc. I don't know if you still have that open. There were like 2 more comments Rafe made to actually Yosha and Priyanka. So he said, Priyanka Bose, who's playing Alana, asked, what makes Moiraine Moiraine? And Rafe said, what a great question. What a great question, Priyanka. I would say above all else, Moiraine is a woman who is driven to do what she believes is right at any cost. And then Yosha said, can you tell her I'm on my way, referring to Rosamund or Moiraine? And Rafe said, tell her yourself. So, yes, right? Was that a wink and a nod to, his production spinning back up? Is Yosha on his way, like literally on his way back to Prague? Because we know that Rosamund said she's living there. So, that was a fun end to that
Q&A.
Never left. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, is he on his way there? Yeah, that's exactly. What do those things mean? So, any final comments about any of those answers before we give away this last mug and say hi to our last caller? Anything come up in those? I wasn't sure.
Oh, are you talking about us?
Yeah, but you 3. Yeah. Sorry. I know I'm talking to so many people, but yes. Among you 3, were there any answers that we just covered that you wanted to say something on before we move on?
I think it's fitting for me to kind of end on a note of like, Rafe kind of hit the nail on the head, but with one thing. He said what she believes she thinks is right, and it's not what she believes, it's what she knows. And that's what makes Moiraine, is that we know that even as we meet her and we go through this journey, that she knows what we're about to deal with. Yeah. And so it's not that she just believes and she's following a blind faith. It's that she knows.
Yeah.
So that's kind of me. That's what makes Moiraine for me.
And at all costs, and and what a high cost because of and that question, more spoileries, but I won't go crazy with it. But that question of like, do we invite our sisters in, or do we keep it between us two, Swan and Moiraine, and that whole like thing, and ultimately it was downfall for them because they didn't necessarily share, and people were like, well, what are these secrets? And so they truly showed that they were willing to put it all on the line and sacrifice everything for this cause. And it's epic. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Jess, I will give you the final word as we come back to kind of closing thoughts here, but I want to give away this mug. So let's give away this mug. Let's do it. Thank you for all you that stuck around and have been enjoying this. Sarah, thank you for jumping on. This was so awesome. Zoom bombing the show for a second time is so fantastic.
So fun.
It's
and I get to see her. Good. So it makes me very excited.
This is awesome. So everyone's waiting as we wait here for this name to drop in chat. I love that everyone in chat sees it and then they get our reaction 20 seconds later. It's always a funny moment. They're like, yes, this person won. And then 20 seconds later, we're like, yes, this person won. Oh, Nemo Nova has won a Dusty Wheel mug. Nemo Nova, congratulations very much. Like I said before, find us over on Discord after the show or find us on social media. We will make sure you get to choose and we'll get a mug out to you. Thank you very much for being here. Okay. Yay. Wow. That was a lot. Let's bring Kyle in and say hi to Kyle, get his final thoughts, and then we will have you all say goodnight here before we close out here at the Dusty Wheel. So let's bring Kyle on. Kyle, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. You are our final caller.
Yay!
How are you doing tonight?
I made it. I'm very well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. So you get to make your final. What's your thoughts from the trailer today, or I guess the first look at Moiraine? What did you want to say before we say goodnight?
Well, with the idea that the Age of Legends ended in a breaking, it seems that this age ends with the rise of man fear.
That's what you
Oh my gosh.
That's the end of the.
That breaks so much in my head. I think I will officially be broken.
But I wanted to say just thanks to you guys, to Jess and to Kristy and obviously to Sarah and definitely to you, Matt, for making this kind of community roundtable, community Dusty Wheel in where we can all kind of get together and geek out. It's really great. You guys do such a great job. So
twist my arm. Twist my arm.
Yeah, you can tell all these people up here are hating talking about the Wheel of Time.
Totally.
They just
hate oh God, I know. All these callers that wait for.
Yeah, exactly. The callers. Exactly. Just the chat. I mean, just to the last caller, I think it was Eric mentioning that just seeing people's faces and knowing that there's other fans out there and hearing them talk about the Wheel of Time is actually. It's life-changing for people, right? It was for me when I found the internet and found Wheel of Time online.
And JordanCon. And
JordanCon and stuff like that. So I'm glad every time somebody finds the Dusty Wheel or finds other content creators out there and find their place and feel like they have and they can kind of speak about this book and there's passion. It's awesome. So thank you very much, Kyle. I appreciate that. This has been a blast. Today has been a blast, honestly. Yeah, what a great beginning or ending to an age or beginning to an age. Yeah. This is the way to do it, right? With the rise of man fear. Geesh, that was good. It caught me off guard. I'll be honest. I was waiting for your commentary. I was waiting for your commentary on Moiraine. I was not expecting man fear to come out of your mouth, so that was good.
Perfect.
With Moiraine, I showed my wife the clip, and she was like, "She's kind of scary," and then it made me think. Maureen's a dark friend.
Yes, coming up next in another Looney Theory panel. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Kyle. Well, hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you over at the Dusty Wheel on Discord afterwards. And as always, anytime you want to call in about man fear, don't. No, I'm just kidding. You can absolutely call in. I appreciate you waiting.
The bear now.
Yeah, I know. People are enjoying this one for sure. So, hey, man, have a good evening. And, hopefully we'll see you back here at the Dusty Wheel.
You all as well. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The rise of Manafear. Gosh, Nameless. I want to just... Okay,
Yep.
so to the three of you, to Jess, I told you you'd go first here. Thank you for being here, first of all. You're doing fun stuff, it sounds like. For those of you that have not been following along, go check out the links in the description of this video. Go check out the Amyrlin study. Go check out Valon After Dark. Fun stuff. But Jess, final thoughts on everything that's happened tonight, just things that are in your head that you want to get out before we end the evening here at the Dusty Wheel.
The biggest thing that's in my head right now is like, this is the most socialization that I've had in months, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still just so much that I'm trying to unpack. I'm not sure what else to say.
Yeah.
Just, I'm so excited. Every little piece that comes that we can start kind of filing away and putting together, it gets me more and more excited, and I can't wait for more. I will take what they give me and I will like it. I promise.
I can't wait for more is a really great way to encapsulate that.
Yeah.
Well, to you, Kristy, any final thoughts?
I don't know. My final thoughts are, I mean, I know a lot of us have been waiting 30, 20, 25 years for this, or some of our newer readers who are, 5 to 1 year. And I'm very excited to see how we all kind of get together and move into this new age. But I'm just, I'm the same with Jess. It's like, what do you say? What do you say? It's, I don't know. I just definitely want to tell Sarah that I'm super proud of her, and we have so much faith in you, and we're really, really thankful for you taking that torch for us to move into this new age with the show. So
yeah, absolutely. And Sarah, you've had a wonderful day. I don't know if you can summarize it down to a few words, but what are your final thoughts of this day ending here that began so crazy?
Kind of a big start to the day. Well, I just wanted to talk about our community and how it is so unique because of how people come to this book or to this series, and it means more than I think normal books do to I don't know, to other fandoms. Like, we have like this special kind of relationship that's just so intense, and it's unique, and so I appreciate that, and so I'm grateful for that, because it's a hard job, and feeling that constant love and support of you guys because of the closeness of this community it means a lot, and it helps me to be able to do this job. So thank you. And just for people like you, Matt, and creators like Daniel and WoTup and Nameless, and you're really keeping this excitement going. I think we really owe a lot to you guys for keeping up the hype and keeping interest up, throughout 2020 and a pandemic and a shutdown and, like all kinds of stuff. And you guys have, through your efforts, have kept us relevant in a way, in my opinion. And so I just am so grateful for you guys, because I know it's not easy. Many of you have multiple jobs and you're doing this. And same with you, Jess. I believe White Tower's been on a little bit of a hiatus, but I certainly miss it. And again, like bringing that perspective, bringing in the female perspective, but not, it's just so unique and great and different. And so I appreciate you guys. And then one thing that I wanted to leave everybody with is that accessibility is a big deal for me, and I wanted to throw that out there. Like it's something that I think about every time a new video or anything is released. So I'm sure there are people out there that are dictating these teasers and different things for our visually impaired audience. But if we can keep doing that, maybe put it all together in one place, in one clip. I want for everybody to be able to enjoy this. So, so yeah, just leaving there. Whoever wants
Yeah.
to do it, it would be great.
Yeah, I thought Jess actually volunteered to do one of those. Yeah. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Awesome.
threw a audio transcription, I guess.
Yeah.
In the thread. So
That's awesome.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, good. I mean, that's something that I'm working behind the scenes on with the team, but until I get everything and I just don't want people to miss out. So,
No.
so yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much
Jess.
for doing that, Jess. Yeah,
no
thank
problem.
you. Yeah, and please
I was
keep
just
that in
laying
mind.
around in my bed. I didn't have anything to do, so.
Great.
Please keep that in mind as you are, communicating over social media. Let's make this as accessible as possible to all the fans, across the world, and in any ways that we can. Please keep that in mind. And thank you, all three of you. You're all wonderful. I appreciate all the comments you just made. And Sarah, thanks for jumping on again. This is such a blast.
So fun. I loved it.
And
Yeah,
there's so
great.
much there's so much coming. Like I said, be here on Sunday. Go follow us on Twitch. It's going to be a blast. Go download, like I said, Tarvalon After Dark. Go download our episode at BARSIDE Chats, all about Essential Asha'man. It's a lot of fun. It's a great conversation. Just have fun with that. And we will be back here, like I said, on Sunday, or back here at the Dusty Wheel on YouTube on Wednesday, talking WoTonPrime theories. That's going to be a lot of fun. So
fun.
And I see a lot of last minute super chats. Thank you very much, Jason. Down payment on my Man Fear mug and Master of the Deck.
Oh!
Use alt text on Twitter. You guys, I agree. Thank you very much. Okay, and Taylor, are you going to take me out, or am I taking myself out here? Okay, so like I said, you can find us after show on Discord. Just look at the description, or in the description below. You can find us over there, and you can find all of my wonderful guests in various places in the links in that description below. So I think that's it. Thank you very much for being with us. What a wonderful Wheel of Time on Prime news and announcement extravaganza. Good night from the Dusty Wheel, and smash to black.
Welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
You went right to kill it. Look at you. You're already. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is one
really
of the
well.
biggest scenes.
And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So,
Jess complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm not wearing one.
I see Nakomi as something along the lines of a Shida Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, consider why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Meme Off Challenge! Yay!
Like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like
This
all
is
of a
not
sudden,
just
it's like,
a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi And elements. just a for moment those that are ago, kind of interested. Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guests in here with me, and
probably I would say put in 70-80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,